Presenting AB 1168 on text to 911. AB 1168 would require the Office of Emergency Services to implement a text to 911 service to all counties by 2021. This bill would benefit the deaf and hard of hearing community by providing equal access to emergency services when they don't have access to TTYs or video relay services. In California, TTYs and video relay services are the ways of communicating with emergency dispatchers when in need of help for the deaf and hard of hearing community. Video relay services are accessible through a third party, and it allows the interpreter to see the caller, but the access to 911 is sometimes delayed due to translation versus a direct text message. As new technology keeps advancing, TTYs and video relay services are not the most accessible form of communication within the deaf or hard of hearing community. Just like people in general, they are relying on instant messaging, text messaging, email, or video communication through smartphones or computers. My home county of San Mateo and Sacramento are among the counties that have implemented text to 911 technology, allowing its citizens to reach an emergency dispatch when it's unsafe or unfeasible to call. This technology would also be helpful to those who find themselves in situations where it might be too dangerous to dial 911. Scenarios could include domestic abuse incidents, accidents that cause inability to speak, or even active shooter situations.
My son fell and hurt himself when he was jumping on the bed and ended up hitting his head on the windowsill. It was bleeding profusely, and I was trying to grab a towel and hold it to his bleeding head while at the same time use a TTY device to call 911. And so it was 3 times they hung up on me, and I finally had to give up, grab my son, and rush him off to the hospital on my own. So as you can see, the deaf community has really not any confidence in what is being able to be accessible to them. And this is why we need to be able to have accessible services. We have been waiting, and we've waited long enough. It's time now. The technology is there. The means are there. And so I believe that it is time now. There's already a few counties within the state of California that already have text to 911. So there's no excuse that the entire state doesn't demand that we have it throughout California.
Respectfully ask for your support and just want to express my gratitude to the deaf and hard of hearing community who have been active on a number of bills that we've carried. Thank them for making their way to the Capitol, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote.